An MLB insider has just dropped a bombshell report on the New York Yankees, as the Yankees are interested in trading for a former All-Star who many fans are going to question the timing of, considering how the New York Yankees roster shakes out right now. And we're going to break all of this down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things as always. If you guys are part of that 76% that's not subscribed to Yankees Digest, if you're interested in hearing Yankees content every single day, make sure to subscribe to Yankees Digest and turn on post notifications so you don't miss a single video that we put out, because we got uploads basically every single day, especially every weekday. But all that being said, let's jump into the video. There is a lot for us to go over, as the New York Yankees are interested in trading for a man who has found himself on the trade block for a little bit of time now. Luis Robert Jr. has been a guy who, ever since being on the White Sox and having a great year, has been someone talked about in trade conversations, as the White Sox, despite just a few years ago being one of the best teams in baseball, have now found themselves as being one of the worst teams in MLB history. And Robert Jr. is one of the first guys one of the guys who's still on that team from all that time ago when they were a respectable team. And we know that Brian Cashman has shown interest before, and now once again it has been revealed that the New York Yankees are interested in acquiring the former All-Star outfielder who would give the Yankees a ton of depth at the position, but does make fans sort of scratch their heads and wonder, why now? Why, when the New York Yankees have such a deep outfield, why is this going down right now? As the Yankees not only have Cody Bellinger and Trent Grisham, but also have a young rookie and also the best player in the MLB. So it makes you wonder, what is Brian Cashman cooking right here? But we got a report on the Luis Robert Jr. news, as Francis Romero revealed that Luis Robert Jr. continues to draw attention as a potential trade piece. Teams like the Yankees, Mariners, and Phillies are expected to be in the conversation ahead of the trade deadline, according to industry sources. Now, yes, the Yankees have had interest in Robert Jr. for a while, which does explain part of this situation. At the end of the day, what we know about the New York Yankees is they do want to make a deep enough team possible, and they do want a right-handed bat that can give them some serious help. Now, all that being said, it does make it an interesting topic of conversation why right now we're seeing this, as Robert Jr. has not had a good year. Now, yes, he does give you that right-handed bat, but the Yankees are looking for infielders. Luis Robert Jr., more than anything, is a center fielder specifically, but can play anywhere in the outfield, as most center fielders can. But he's having a flat-out awful season. He has a .1 WAR this year and 207 at-bats. He's got 37 hits in that span and 6 home runs. That's 184, or a 184 batting average, I should say, with 26 RBIs, 21 stolen bases. He's still running the bases as well as ever. But the OPS is a 574 with an OPS plus of 63. Robert Jr. would not be playing consistently for the New York Yankees at all, which makes you consider, I wonder, what are they cooking? Why are the New York Yankees willing to make a deal like this? Why would they be willing to be interested in Robert Jr.? Is this just Brian Cashman doing his due diligence, or is he looking at two outfielders in Cody Bellinger and Trent Grisham, who the Yankees don't have long-term control over? When the Yankees traded for Bellinger, he has one more year on his contract after this one, and Trent Grisham is becoming a free agent at the end of this season. So it does make you consider, okay, are the Yankees looking for more stability in that role where they can look for the future, or is this something that they might stretch out and wait for till the offseason? Now, Robert Jr. in 2023 had a phenomenal year, and that's what his value is sort of hinging on still right now. He had a batting average of 264 with 144 hits, 38 home runs, 80 RBIs, and 90 runs scored in 145 games played. He won his first Silver Slugger award for the center field position. He had one triple as well on top of all that. Strikes out a good amount for sure, no doubt about it. Stole 20 bases in that span as well, already up to 21 bases, so his base stealing is improved. But he did have an 857 OPS that year, but now it's in the fives. I mean, his slugging percentage was a 542 in 2023, and now, I mean, his slugging percentage is basically his OPS when you look at that difference. 574 OPS, 542 slugging. That's not what you want to see out of progression, because it's not progression, it's regression. It's a guy who had a great year in 2023 and since then has been yet to replicate that season. Now, at the same time, you look at a guy like Trent Grisham, who fans are saying is coming back down to earth, and that's fair. I mean, you look at the 15-game span he recently had, where he had a batting average of 196, 11 hits, a home run, 6 RBIs, and 8 runs scored in that 15-game stretch. Now, here's the thing. That could easily just be a slump. People get into slumps all the time. You could very often pick 15 games out of any player's season and find stats similar to this. Are they good? Absolutely not. They're, in fact, bad. real bad. But at the same time, are we going to now decide that after such a great year, Trent Grisham just sucks now? I don't think so. I think that this could very likely be a slump, or maybe Trent Grisham is coming back down to earth from that awesome start that he had. It's a matter of figuring out which one it is. Either way, you looked at that 196, which over the last 10 games did go up, but at the same time, Robert Jr. still batting worse on the season with a 184. So it becomes this situation like, all right, where's the upgrade here? Why would we go for this move? I get Robert Jr. is an excellent fielder with an excellent arm and runs the bases really well. But Trent Grisham is also a very good fielder who runs the bases well, and so does Cody Bellinger. So it becomes this situation of a move that, yes, though it would have been interesting last year, so the Yankees could have a true center fielder out there and move Aaron Judge to left field or Soto to left field and have Judge go back to right field. That could have worked if you wanted to get rid of Verdugo halfway through a season that was not working for Verdugo. However, they didn't do that. So now you look at him this year, and Robert Jr.'s season was better than 2020, or his 2024 season was better than 2025, but obviously worse than 23. So it became that situation of the White Sox should have traded him last year when his value was still higher. But also last year, you could also chalk up to the White Sox having one of the worst years in MLB history. So you could sort of just be like, well, maybe everyone had a down year. It is what it is. Let's move on. Let's move forwards. But you do have these outfielders right here who have been better than Robert Jr. And Robert Jr. is not saying much good about this season that he's having, specifically saying right now, as my season is going, I don't think anybody is going to take a chance on me. And White Sox manager Chris Getz responded disagreeing, saying he's wrong about that. Teams are expressing interest. They're continually doing that. We're not actively making phone calls on behalf of any player. Obviously, as you approach the trade deadline, that will pick up. He's not giving himself enough credit because of the value he can bring to a team and a lineup. Now, with that being said, he knows he can do better at the plate. I know that statement from last month was him focusing on his offensive game. We want Luis Robert to go out there and really impact the game in all facets, and that's what we're focused on right now. And I know Luis is as well. So Chris Getz having his players back, which you do like to see, especially when the White Sox have been just awful. But Robert Jr. is not happy with the way he's playing, and it becomes a matter of, is he going to get out of this? Is this a long-time slump? Is this another down year for him? Can he bounce back? Because now his value is a lot lower, and the White Sox will be able to get pennies on the dollar for him in like comparison to what they would have gotten a year ago from now. So it becomes a tough situation to navigate for this White Sox team. And if his value is low, then I don't hate the Yankees going for him. But at the same time, you already have a log-jammed outfield with 4 outfielders who deserve to play. It's already difficult. You do need to focus more on an infielder and more on relief pitching. I mean, you look at Robert Jr.'s contract right now, and you do have control over it. As I said, both Bellinger and Grisham, there's not long-term control over it, and Robert does have a bit longer control over his contract, as over the next couple of years, he does have 2 club options in a row for $20 million. Do the Yankees want to pay for a guy who's hitting 184 with that? Probably not. So if they were to trade for him, or if any team's to trade for him, he will have to pick that up in order to get that club option picked up, or he's going to be signing for a lot less money. So that becomes a huge factor as well here, and they do need to sort of figure out what's next. Do they really want to go out there and try to get this thing done with him, or would they like to instead try to hold off and find someone who fits the team better, like some sort of third baseman? Now, you have Jason Dominguez, who's been statistically the worst of all the outfielders, at least offensively, and, well, defensively too, in fairness, but he's been a good defender. It's just the Yankees have good defending outfielders. Now, he's got a .6 WAR this season. In 179 at-bats, he has 44 hits, which is a .246 batting average. He's got 6 home runs. He's also, one of them is a walk-off home run, which is just fun to note. He's got a 742 OPS and a 109 OPS plus, so his hitting is around average this season. The slugging percentage at 402 is a bit below average, but that was really inflated in his first year. It'll be fine. He'll get back there. 8 stolen bases. He's running the bases well in general, too. He's very fast. He's got that 340 on-base percentage. So there is a lot to like about Dominguez, and I don't want them to stunt his growth more by taking in another center fielder when that's Dominguez's natural position is center field. He's just playing left field a little bit out of position for Grisham and for Bellinger. And you look at Cody Bellinger, the man has heated up. Batting average of 260, 9 home runs, OPS of 782, and an OPS plus of 118. Considering the slow start that Belly had to the season, to see these numbers now, he's been hitting way better than these numbers. as of right now. It's just a matter of he's making up for lost time. When he had that really poor start to the season, we all started to worry about him. But Bellinger's gotten it under control. You have Dominguez. You have, obviously, Aaron Judge, who's the best player in the MLB. And you have Trent Grisham. If Grish starts to continue to regress a little bit and get back to not being able to make too much contact with the ball, then maybe the Yankees will bench him. But then you just have Dominguez to step in. So it becomes that type of situation where there's a few guys before Luis Robert Jr. gets the call. So we'll see what happens there. I do think the Yankees need to make moves at the trade deadline, specifically for a right-handed batter, preferably not someone whose OPS is in the fives, who also is an outfielder when you need an infielder. Did I say outfielder a few seconds ago? I might have, but I meant infielder if I did. Look, they need an infielder. They need someone who's right-handed, preferably a third baseman, so Jazz can move back to second. He's clearly way more comfortable at second base. Move him back there. Go get a right-handed third baseman. Outside of that, add to your bullpen. Maybe add a starter. We will have videos on that upcoming as well, as more updates in general on the New York Yankees. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like it if you did, and if you didn't, still like it if you want to. I mean, it's not going to hurt you. Subscribe, turn on post notifications so you do not miss a single update. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Go Yankees.